If you've driven through downtown San Marcos, then you've probably driven past the Price Center. But what you may not know is that this building is built upon love for the community and love for theater. As William Shakespeare once said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. This is true for Ron and Marie Yeager, who are the true stars of the show at the Price Center.
Days of sweetness and light, my time has come to kick up a fright. You're going to see the probability of a new Melinda tonight.
The Yeagers have been married for 64 years, and they've shared a love for the arts since their love story began in 1952. Ron says he and his wife brought musical theater to San Marcos after Marie set an all-time record at the University of Texas for winning first place for 4 consecutive years in a one-act play contest.
And so that led us sort of into the theater thing because I joined with her and we became partners in a way. And I began building sets and we began co-directing shows.
Over the years, Marie has helped design sets for the shows that Ron directs, and she even designed some of the dresses in Ron's 1985 production of Falderall. The Yeagers have co-directed many shows at the Price Center, but Marie says the one that stands out to her the most is To Kill a Mockingbird, because she got to take the stage again and play the old woman character.
So if you'll say, hey, to me, say hey.
Hey.
Don't you say hey to me, you ugly girl.
Every summer, the Price Center hosts the Lee Colley Summer Music Theater Boot Camp for young performers ages 8 to 17, and this year, the musical Oklahoma will be performed. The Price Center was not always home to community theatrical productions. In 1993, the building played the role of a vacant old church that the city considered tearing down until H.Y. Price Jr. bought and donated it back to the city in hopes that the building would be used for youth and/or senior citizen programs after he passed.
And so we convinced the city after 5 years of struggle that this is what we were obligated to do, and the city was obligated to do.
Determined to carry out Price's legacy, Ron and Marie declared that the show must go on and assumed full responsibility for the renovation in 1999. The building fund began when the Yeagers were approached by movie producers to use their house for a funeral scene in a Martin Sheen movie.
We made a deal with them to come. They didn't stay for very long. It was just 3 days, but they paid us $5,000 for the use of the house, and so that became the beginning of our building fund here in this building.
Today, the renovated building stands tall on 222 West San Antonio Street in San Marcos. The Price Center serves as an opportunity center, a senior citizen center, and a tea room for the city of San Marcos. The Yeagers originally moved to San Marcos to bring the city musical theatrical productions. And as for Marie, she says she will continue to give back to her community as long as the river keeps flowing.
If the river keeps flowing, I'll probably stay till I die. Okay?
For Bobcat Update, I'm Katy Fordyce. This may look like just more construction in San Marcos, but I'm actually standing in the building of what will soon be the new brewing company in town. Carlos Russo had an idea back in 2000 to create his version of the perfect night out.
I had a really close group of comrades, colleagues, and that's all we did is go out to eat. And so we, unintentionally became restaurant critics of sorts and knew where to go and what to avoid.
16 years later, Russo's dream has turned into a reality with the opening of his first restaurant and bar, Aqua Brew.
The reason why we decided to do Aqua Brew was to help raise the bar and hospitality in San Marcos and deliver what we term a holistic dining experience. In other words, an experience that stimulates all of your senses.
Aqua Brew is divided into 3 distinct areas with a dining room, a rooftop deck, and a beer garden. Ronald Palmer says the beer garden is what makes Aqua Brew unique.
It's got a lot of really neat elements that are going to be going on with it. And of course, especially when the beer garden gets built, that's going to be really neat for the students especially. Have the old German hometown beer garden feel.
Some of the wood that was used in the original building in the early 1900s has been used to create a relaxed community atmosphere.
And so we salvaged the wood from the building, thousands of board feet of material, and so it's all been repurposed into this building in the form of floors, ceiling details, tables, booths, and so on.
An official opening date has not been set for Aqua Brew, but the public is encouraged to visit the restaurant during March when the bar hosts some local charity events.
During the month of March, we'll be hosting multiple charitable events, and our goal, which is a little lofty, is to raise $100,000 for various charities here in San Marcos.
The owner says Aqua Brew is his way of giving back to the place he calls home.
I get to, leave this behind for San Marcos the day I die, and they'll still be brewing beer downstairs and people will still be enjoying it.
For Bobcat Update, I'm Katy Fordyce.
The San Marcos Farmers Market started back in 1982 by the Texas Department of Agriculture, and it's put on twice a week, all year round.
Saturday markets, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. down on the square on San Antonio Street side of the courthouse. And then on C.M. Allen Parkway by the Hitch, where the food trailers are, on Tuesday afternoons from 3 to 6.
Cliff Caskey serves as the current president of San Marcos Farmers Market and has been a member since it began.
I got started with it, and after I retired, the guy that'd been serving as president had passed away, and one or two other guys served for a little while, and somehow or another I got elected, and I've not been able to step down since. I've tried, but every time the election comes up, I get reelected president. So we sell it or smell it. Once you've harvested something, it'll only last so long.
With live music and foods to sample, the San Marcos Farmers Market is the perfect event for families and students to enjoy.
I'd like to pet you before I go. I'll be back tomorrow night so we can drink. I don't care what people are thinking.
Rapper and businessman Sean Diddy Combs is planning to open a charter school in New York City's Harlem district. The charter school will initially open with 6th and 7th graders, with hopes of expanding through grade 12. Students will be admitted by lottery. Combs is supporting the effort. He wants to help disadvantaged kids prepare for college. The school will open this fall. Drive as fast as you possibly can. No, it's not a dare. That's what they'll be doing this weekend in Beeville. 1 mile, no speed limit. It's called the Texas Mile. Drivers will have a chance to do something we've always wanted to do. Push cars to the limit with no chance of getting a speeding ticket. Whether it's a brand new Ferrari, motorcycle, or your uncle's beat-up Chevy, all motor vehicles will be driven as fast as they can go. Tickets for the 3-day event are $25 per person and free for children, 12 years old or younger. Thousands of students visit the San Marcos River every summer. The Outdoor Center at Sewell Park allows students to rent equipment such as kayaks or snorkel sets, and it's also where students can sign up for the Adventure Trip program. Campus Recreation Director Glenn Hanley says the program takes students on local and international outdoor adventures, ranging from 1 day to 1 week. The program took 16 students to Peru this summer, and they plan on going to Iceland in the fall. For KTSW News, I'm Katy Fordyce. Thousands of students visit the San Marcos River every summer. The Outdoor Center at Sewell Park allows students to rent equipment such as kayaks or snorkel sets. And it's also where students can sign up for the Adventure Trip program. Campus Recreation Director Glenn Hanley says the program takes students on local and international outdoor adventures ranging from 1 day to 1 week. The program took 16 students to Peru this summer, and they plan on going to Iceland in the fall. For KTSW News, I'm Katy Fordyce. Some seniors have mixed feelings. There are aspects of their lives as students that they will miss, and there are other experiences they would be just as happy to forget. Many say they won't miss the struggle to find parking on campus.
The parking's awful here. I hate it. It's really hard to, it's like you got to leave like an hour or two before class just to get a parking spot, and I hate that.
Many seniors say they will have fond memories of campus life. Amber Scott says she will miss her morning routine.
Like during the morning time, I would like to come pick up breakfast for breakfast burritos because they have these big old breakfast burritos and they're like really delicious, have a lot of meat and potatoes, so yeah.
San Marcos is the fastest growing city in the United States, which means there's a lot of construction activity on and near campus. Some students say they won't miss the roadblocks and detours that construction causes, nor will they miss all of the stairs that they have to climb to get to class.
I'm definitely not going to miss the Alcac stairs or any stairs in general here at Texas State. There's just too many.
Even though many students will be leaving the place they've called home for many years, they will always be Bobcats. For Bobcat Update, I'm Katy Fordyce.